Hi, I am Vicente, and this is the webpage for my class, Modeling and Data Analysis. We're in the Cognitive Science Department at UC San Diego. This course is about exactly one thing. It's about how to take information from the world and make useful predictions. This is a thing that if you are an animal trying to survive, you're like a wasp, you're a bee, you're a robot, you're me, all right, you got to figure this stuff out. And we are going to teach you a number of methods of gradually increasing sophistication that actually work. These are the same methods that you will use on real problems. And so the reason why this class is important is at the end of the class, you're going to learn how to build these models because you're going to do it over and over again using this round of methods to take data in, make predictions, test your model, and try to convince people that your models actually works. If you're doing data analysis, it's kind of obvious, right? The kind of technologies that you're going to see coming online in CogSci in your lifetime, data gets more and more complicated, it's bigger, right? Big data now. And so brain imaging, people used to do things like look at one neuron with a tiny little wire or slap a couple of electrodes on people's heads. Now you can do MRI, you can look at 20,000 points, you can, do a swab and genotype me, and you can look at like 500,000 genes for $500. You can, if you worked for some companies or the government, you can see every email I ever sent. Like the amount of data and the complexity of it is nuts. And a lot of the standard statistical methods are completely inappropriate. And so the methods you're going to start using are things that are going to work, things that have stood the test of time, that are not that complicated, and that 20 years from now are still going to work. And these are some of just the best stuff. And so the other thing is if you're a theorist, if you're a neuroscientist or a psychologist, and you want to know, how do people think, how do people learn, your perspective is really different once you know the thing that you're going to learn in this class. Once you know that you can build a machine that learns and that it will actually work, and once you see that there's a solid mathematical theory there of what you can and can't learn, your perspective is very, very different. And the idea of how much has to be hardwired is going to be much smaller because your imagination is going to get much bigger. And you're going to see that you can learn things that most people thought were impossible. That's a big deal. That's one of the big ideas that led to the founding of this department. And you're going to learn this and appreciate it really deeply because you're going to know all the nuts and bolts of how this works. The last reason this is important is because it turns out the stuff, because it actually works, it's actually useful. So if you go on and get a job outside of CogSci, say you work for some engineering company or a website, or had some friends that worked in politics, you could work in medicine, all these things, you get this big, messy, crazy data, and you need to make sense of it. And you can go out there with the techniques that you will learn in 5 weeks, the stuff you're going to know how to do, that you will have built these things yourself with a small amount of help from us. You can go out and you can use those things. You can get this messy data and you can chew through it and make sense of it and make predictions and make models and do amazing stuff. And that's what you're going to learn in this class. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited about it. We're going to start on Tuesday. Thanks. Welcome to my class. Hope you enjoy.